Good evening. Welcome to NTV People's Parliament. We are coming to you from Tooro sub-region. We were here last week discussing a number of issues here in the region. And we're here again to discuss another topic. And we're discussing the future of agriculture in Tooro sub-region, but also not forgetting the state of employment, or we can say the state of employment in the region, but also looking at the youth in particular, looking at the unemployment of the youth in the region and what can be done, what can be improved, and what is already in place that is being done. What is the strategy of Tooro sub-region leaders when it comes to this? So thank you so much for being part of this conversation. For those that are watching from home, we are coming to you with a number of honorable members in the August House today, and they'll be giving their different submission. At this particular moment, I would like to call on to the RCC, who is in the House, to give us a preamble on what is the strategy. A lot has been discussed, and I would like to hear their feel on what are the priorities before we even engage into the agriculture sector or engage into the unemployment. What are the strategies that are being currently done here in Tooro sub-region, looking at this particular challenges of unemployment and also in the agriculture sector? Please take on to the floor of the August House. Yes,
right, Honorable Speaker, members of Parliament present, I am Singh Emmanuel, the Deputy Resident City Commissioner for Porto Central Division. It gives me great joy and gratitude to see people come and share experiences, which is a clear manifestation of the government's commitment to respect fundamental rights and freedoms. Having people come together from different shades of opinions is exactly that the government of the Republic of Uganda respects fundamental rights. Going to the agriculture and unemployment, we all know that unemployment is a great concern for us all. The government, and the government, especially under the leadership of the President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, is committed to address this challenge. Currently, unemployment stands at around 2.9, but when you come to the region, it's around 14 point something. Now that poses to us a question as to whether we in the Tooro region, what are we doing that we have a higher unemployment rate compared to the rest of the country? Could it be a point of mindset change? Then that comes to us as people of Tooro region and the leaders in Tooro region, especially the local leadership. In general, the President and the government appreciate the unemployment rate and challenge, as I earlier told you, but there are a number of interventions that are intended to offer solutions. And these are not limited to the Tooro region.
Yes.
For example, we have the Youth Skilling Project. This project is intended to create job creators as opposed to job seekers. And as for Porto City, Right Honorable Speaker, every after 6 months, we send 80 youth to the industrial hub in Tooro district. That is for the city. So we have a youth population that is equipped with skills to start up ventures that can offer employment. That the government is doing. In the region, we don't have one industrial hub. We have another one in Kienjojo. That means the government well appreciates the challenge we have with employment. Two, we have programs like PDM. These programs are also intended to close the unemployment gap. When the President was launching the PDM in Namutumba, it was envisioned that this will create over 70 million jobs. And now when you look at the population of Uganda, which stands at slightly above 40, we expect to create more jobs than the population. And that program is ongoing. I believe every member present here comes from a ward. or a parish. And you can bear witness with me that the government is funding these PDM circles with an intention to not only create wealth, but also to create jobs to address the unemployment challenge. We also have programs like Emyoga. These are programs, this is a program that is intended to fund specific people doing a similar trade. The intention also is the same. We want to create wealth as well as creating jobs for our people. When you come to specifically the Tooro region, you cannot solve the issue of unemployment when you don't tackle the issue of the quality of the labor. In the region, you have a government university, that's the Mountain of the Moon University. This university is intended to improve the quality and thus the productivity of the labor in the region and the country at large. So I call upon the honorable members present and the people from the region to take advantage of all these endeavors of government to address the issue of unemployment. I think in the interest of time, let me briefly talk about the agricultural aspect of it. It is true, like you said, the Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, that Fort Portal is, Tooro region is referred to as the food basket. Indeed, when you look at the trucks of Matoke leaving this region to another region, to other regions like Kampala or northern region, the description indeed befits us. And the government has done a lot also in the aspect of agriculture to ensure that there is value for money, there is value for products we produce as the city. And there are also endeavors that create avenues for access to markets. One, through the Ministry of Agriculture and the local government districts, there are attempts to improve the quality of products from Fort Portal. All districts in the region have agricultural officers and their mandate is clear. On issues that need national attention, the Ministry of Agriculture has always come in to intervene. There's a time when we had issues to do with the foot and mouth. And the government through the Ministry of Agriculture intervened to provide medicines and immunizations to see to it that that issue is resolved. Also in agriculture, because the government appreciates the fact that there must be market for the products produced by people in the country and Fort Portal region, we have farmers market in place. In Fort Portal, we have Kichuleta. When you go to Kabarore, the neighboring district, we have there is a market in Kichwamba. Others are in Kamwenge. All these infrastructure development in line with agriculture are intended to offer an environment conducive enough for the farmers and animal keepers to have places where they can provide and display their products without any interference. I know people have complained usually regarding the local government allocations, but I would like to inform you, honorable members, that even the central government allocations, budget allocations under the ministries and the various departments, the implementations are done at the district level. It is true the local government budgets may not be at the same point, at same level with the central government budgeting allocations. But then the issue would be where the project implementation being done. People have always talked about the U-Gift. The local government may not budget for a U-Gift project, even when it's going to be implemented in a district, but rather it can be budgeted for at the central government level. So the issue would be how many projects have been implemented in a particular financial year for a particular district. In this region, we have had very many concerns regarding the Mubende, the Kampala Fort Portal Mubende Road. I would like to inform you, honorable members of parliament, that work is in progress and soon the construction of that particular road will be completed. But the concerns regarding to infrastructure in terms of roads should not be limited to that road. We have roads from Fort Portal City, which is the regional city, connecting it to Mbarara, tarmacked. We have roads connecting this very city to Kasese, tarmacked. We have the road connecting this very city to Bundibujo, which is the border town, and in Toroko, tarmacked. Now, yes, I was coming to that.
You're going to put up your hand after
Yes.
he's done and give a submission. Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to give credit where it is due. Roads, the construction of roads is not eternal. That when you construct a road, it should never have a pothole. We should appreciate the fact that the road from Fort Portal to Bundibujo was previously a very bad road. Right Honorable Speaker, I am from Bundibujo. When coming for school here in St. Rose some years back, it would take even a week or so, or 2 days. But now, even now, I can say to go to Bundibujo, and within an hour, I'll be in Bundibujo. So let us give credit where it is due.
Let's point of information, please.
I would
Just
like
a few
to
minutes.
inform the honorable member on the platform
Yes.
that the biggest instability in this country is not ADF or rebels. It is financial instability. When people do not have money, it is the biggest instability in every. That's why you see people who are constructing houses, they will get a security guard, a police officer, and even put sekanyoria on the houses. That means there is a lot of instability. Secondly, I would also like to inform the speaker that the system of the administrative system of decentralization does not allow the local governments to exercise their duties. The system we have is the administrative system of decentralization, where we have delegation, we have devolution, and we have the other systems. But this system, whereby the money that is collected from the lower administrative units and sent to the central government, and then returned back, and it is returned back after in quarters when they have already budgeted for some activities, and that's why you're seeing money is being returned to the center. They have planned for an activity, maybe to construct a school, but they bring the money when it is late. The only system I would like to inform the speaker that would work for the people of Tooro is a devolution system of decentralization, which is a regional government.
Thank you, Honorable Member.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Once again, I'm Kakuma Ronald Wilberforce, and the Programs Coordinator, Tooro Rwenzori Media Link. Allow me to appreciate and acknowledge the good work of NTV.
A round of applause to NTV.
for availing us this auspicious arrangement.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker, for the interest of time, the Maputo Declaration, if I'm not mistaken, resolved by advising the government of Uganda, which came even into an agreement signed by the government of Uganda and other governments in East Africa, that the 10% of the national budget should be invested in agriculture, being the backbone of our economy. Unfortunately, if you look at the national budget, the local governments are only availed with only 6.5% of the national budget, of which part of it goes to do the work of agriculture. Madam Speaker, we have had a number of very good programs, and if these good programs were effectively implemented, there would be no poverty, there would be low rates of unemployment. But unfortunately, the good programs like Youth Livelihood Program, WEP, EMIOGA, PDM, and other programs, very good programs, They have all been mishandled, they have all been abused by corruption. I want to give you an example, because we are here to talk with facts. There is a program under the Ruwero Rwenzori, whereby the government identified land for the youth here, had a structure put there, even went ahead and bought for them, for the youth, a hydrophone machine. More than 10 years down on the road, that machine has never been utilized, and the youth are decrying of unemployment. Even the so-called land that was meant for the youth has already been mortgaged. Now, whom do you blame at the end of the day?
Honorable Member, thank you so much for that submission. I'm going to come to you, Honorable Member, after the break. I'm going to have a lady, then I'll have you, and then we shall continue, okay? Because the gentlemen have so far dominated the floor. Thank you so much for watching NTV People's Parliament. For those that are watching from home, we are in Tooro sub-region, and we are discussing a range of topics. We are tackling the state of employment, but also looking at the future of agriculture here in Tooro sub-region. Thank you so much for watching. NTV People's Parliament is taking a very short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching NTV People's Parliament, and we are going to delve back right in this conversation. At this point, I would like to have the Honorable Member of Parliament at the back. Please come and give in your submission. We left off at the break where hands were heated up in the air, and I will not even spare any minute for myself. I give it to you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First and foremost, Madam Speaker, when we talk of Tooro region, we see it as the food basket of the whole country and the whole world at large, because our food is being exported outside. Madam Speaker, it's very unfortunate that the trucks you see taking matoke to Kampala, taking Irish to Kampala, everything, avocados and what, they buy food at any price they feel like. Okay. For example, you find that a sack of avocados from my sub-county, it can't exceed 10,000 a sack.
Nothing like price regulation.
Yes. So there is price fluctuation of our products, agricultural products, but as Tooro, what should we do as Tooro region? First of all, when you see the work plan His Excellency had for this Tooro, what started it? When we talk of the industrial hub of Chembogo, really, I think it would be employing over 40,000 of youth, and even beyond youth, people would be employed there. Madam Speaker, as Tooro, we are not happy. When we see the stadium, Uhinga here, when we see the Chembogo stadium they wanted to construct, and other stadiums were constructed, other industrial hubs were constructed, but Tooro here, what happened to Tooro? Madam Speaker, when we go to some of our sub-counties here in Tooro, we neighbor the national park. And very few people who harvest, every harvest around the national park, you find that at least every season elephants must come.
So we have wildlife human conflict.
Wildlife, and people ourselves, we are also affected. I remember last time a man was hit by an elephant. What they did, they said, you go and get treatment and you will bring your claim. Can you imagine? A man just having sleepless nights looking after the elephant. And after he has been hit by an elephant, they say, you go and treat yourself. And they said that there is a compensation bill, Madam Speaker, that those people should be compensated. And there is a criteria they put, which is very impossible for a local person, that the lands officer should come and survey, the agriculture officer should make a report. Before he makes a report, elephants will come back. So that's the challenge we have. Madam Speaker, I want to inform you that even parents now, children are at home looking for chasing wild animals. They are no longer going to school. Madam Speaker, I hear in Bushenyi, in some of the districts, they put the electricity line to chase those elephants and what. I don't know whether the Tooro region, those people, Madam Speaker, among the factors that is affecting agriculture in the Tooro here, elephants, wild animals is also among the factors.
Man-wildlife conflict.
Madam Speaker, I want to inform you that the youth which they are targeting, it is that group of vulnerable youth. Those people who dropped out of school, they failed to get school fees, but they are at home, and that is the group they are targeting. But I want to interest this August House. After those youth have been trained, where do you think they are now? Those are the people who don't have money. They don't have the startup capital. That as you go back, this is the machine. If you were trained in tailoring, go and begin from there. They just send them in the village. They still become the villager as they were last time. Madam Speaker, I beg through you that at least as they trained them, as they send them, let them at least give them a small startup capital. At least they start from there.
Okay.
Madam Speaker, we have, because of time,
let her conclude.
We have an issue of price fluctuation of products, whereby last time coffee was very high. Now everybody deserted to growing coffee. After they have started growing coffee, it is now down. So I just imagine, you remember what happened to tea. Now everybody, tea chambers were cut. And the tea factory, it was employing very many people in Tooro. But now these days, where do you think those people are? They are just there in the village doing what? Nothing. So, Madam Speaker, I wish if this parliament and maybe the people outside who are watching us could take these issues as important issues of Tooro and be addressed.
Thank you.
I beg to submit,
Thank
Madam
you so
Speaker.
much, Honorable Member. Please make a submission.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I wanted to give information to Honorable Member of the People's Parliament.
Yes.
Youth employment. When Bwana RCC was talking about skilling up, many youth are being skilled in Tooro region, but after their skilling program, they are not given anything like startup capital. And the youth livelihood program, it is very tricky for some of our youth to get that money. The procedures are very strict, and our youth cannot get that money of youth livelihood program. Then another thing, the procedures to get the money from the banks, it's very harsh.
Okay.
And another thing, on the agricultural sector, our tea companies right now, most of them have closed down, and most of our youth, they are just lingering in the ghetto areas. And His Excellency, the President of Uganda, when we look at him prioritizing the central region compared to other regions, for example, in Tooro region here, there is nothing the youth have benefited in the skilling program. After studying, no startup capital. But areas like in Uganda, they are given machines, they are given what? I don't know why the president is not prioritizing also on other areas, regional areas like the Tooro region.
Okay, the good thing we have the presidential representatives in the House. They will come back and respond to that. I'm going to have you, Honorable Member, and after you, I'll have the Honorable Member right in front of me, and then I'll move to you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
My name is Aral Rujumba, and I practice medicine. Right Honorable Speaker, the issue of unemployment is a very, very pertinent issue for our population. It's unfortunate the RCC, when he was speaking, he didn't bring out the figures clearly. Right Honorable Speaker, the figures come from this very government, and they want to quote them verbatim, especially from the last year's National Housing and Population Census. Right Honorable Speaker, there is a term the census report used quite often. It was NEET. NEET was describing people who are not in employment, not in education, and not in any training. In Tooro region, the age bracket 17 to 24, That is the actual youth by international law. At international level, a youth is defined as a person who is between 17 and 24. And in that population, people who belong to NEET are 41% in Tooro. That implies if you find people in Tooro here, if you converge 100 people who are between the ages of 17 and 24, 40 of them are not in training, not in employment, and not in education.
And also the reports were making it clear that Tooro region unemployment crisis.
That's the point. Now, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much for your addition. Now, when you look at what Uganda defines as a youth, Uganda defines a youth as a person between 18 years of age and 30 years of age. In that population, when you gather 100 of them in the Tooro region, you will find 47 of them. They are not in any training, not employed, not in education, no nothing. They're redundant. Right Honorable Speaker, at the national level, we have around 12 million people between the age of 18 and 30. And 5.2 million of these people belong to NEET. They are not employed, they are not in education, they are not in any form of training. Right Honorable Speaker, when you look at people who are in that age bracket, and we have some here, their biggest problem is they cannot get employed, and also they can't employ themselves.
If you're in NEET, I'm going to pick on you, and you come and tell us what has been your experience like in Tooro sub-region as you look for employment. We also had another hand there.
Honorable Speaker, I belong to that category. Recently, adverts ran around, and I'm one of those who applied, but I'm still on the street, and I'm supposed to be in hospital treating patients, not because patients who need my service are not there. They are there waiting for me, waiting for men of us.
And you're willing to
and
go
I'm willing to go and work.
But what is the problem?
And if I cannot work at 27, if I cannot work at this age, when will I ever work? Are you going to employ me when I'm in retirement?
We are here.
So,
we have a whole fully fledged medical personnel. I hope.
Right Honorable Speaker.
RCC, you're pointing down, and the CV is right standing before you.
Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. The issue is, when we get out of school, when we go to school right now, the cost of education itself is so high.
Yes.
By the time you finish 2 decades in school, they have sold everything at home to educate you. They have taken loans. When you come out of school, you go back home. There is even nothing to feed you. And Honorable Speaker, the process of getting that job, I will not give you the intricacies here, because if I'm told to stand before court, I may have difficulties. But trust me, it's a very dirty process, and very many here have failed to go through that. But Honorable Speaker, let me show you this. There is a problem, and nobody wants to look at it. If government cannot employ us, let there be a conducive environment for us to employ ourselves. But this conducive environment, Honorable Speaker and the members, is being shattered by one key thing, and nobody's looking at it: the rampant corruption. Honorable Speaker, corruption breeds inflation and a regressive tax system. Honorable Speaker, people who begin businesses here, a significant number of those businesses, I can't quote the figures well, close before their 5th birthday.
Yeah, but there's been a tax. You've heard of the new tax holiday for the startups?
Yes,
3
yes.
years.
Honorable Speaker,
please take advantage of that.
Honorable Speaker,
we are coming to you because I want him to wind up. I want him to wind up so that you will have your point right here. You'll inform right here.
Honorable Speaker, government of Uganda in total, although the previous speaker has said we live in a liberal economy that allows privatization more than centralized control of employment, it is appalling when you look at what the government of Uganda is doing in terms of employing Ugandans. Honorable Speaker,
as you wind up.
Thank you so much. Honorable Speaker, government of Uganda does not employ more than, because the last time I checked from the last census report, government of Uganda employs 360,000 people only. We have a population of over 25 million workers. Government neha abantu emitwaro 36 bonka emirimu. Honorable Speaker, That is a very, very, very big
When
crisis.
a man transitions to his local language,
Right Honorable Speaker,
is driving that point home.
Right Honorable Speaker, the Uganda AIDS Commission noted 4 things. They noted 4 key drivers of this not going down prevalence. Number 1, they noted poverty. Number 2, they noted cross-generational sex. Number 3, they noted age-desperate sex. Number 4, urban anonymity. Yes, we are going to tell these girls, be disciplined, be what, but the pressures of not having basics of life, you cannot just circumvent it with mere preaching and mere moralizing.
We are also telling the men to
so
keep
much.
away from the young girls, not only the girls. Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Let me have one submission from the Honorable Member right here, and I'm calling for a break, then I will return.
Quick.
You're still watching NTV Post Parliament, and those watching from home, you would be wondering why are we in Tooro sub-region. But according to the recently released UBOS report, and that is the National Housing and Census Report of 2024, it revealed that Tooro sub-region had a 31% increase in population growth. So this comes with necessary evils, unemployment levels, and also the need for more infrastructure development. For now, we take another very short break. When we return, we bring you more insights on the state of employment in Tooro sub-region. Stay tuned. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching NTV People's Parliament, and we are coming to you from Tooro sub-region. And earlier we've been discussing the state of unemployment, and the members of parliament are stating it clearly that despite the good programs by the government, these include the Youth Livelihood Fund, we have UWEP, we have PDM, we've had the Myoga, and so much more. There's still gaps. There are still gaps that need to be addressed so that we can fully curb the state of unemployment in the country, but also here in Tooro sub-region. At this point, I would like to have other members of parliament take on to the floor of the August House.
Asante sana, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity given to me. Salute to all members, honorable members in August House. The task ahead of us will never ever be greater than the power within us. It's always the responsibility of the government to take care of the citizens from internal and external conflicts or any disturbance. It is of a challenge. The society is governed by laws. We don't exist accidentally, but we exist for a purpose. When the government, there is laws that govern the realities, there is a lot of contradiction. When you defend citizens from dying from 6 killer diseases, the population will be high. Obviously, they will demand for jobs. But however, there is a hope. There's a first law which talks about it is a responsible transformation of quality into quantity, and vice versa. If the government sits down and says, well, we have children, we have Ugandans and many. Let us have universities, let us have a secondary school in every society, so that we don't have literacy level, the illiteracy level can be cut down. It will be an issue. At the end, most people will get knowledge. But the knowledge you attain, what the purpose of knowledge you have attained? I may ask the knowledge which you have here, what the purpose of primary knowledge? Are we using our best knowledge to transform the society, or it's a knowledge to transfer the society into something different? So it's upon us to look forward to know what we're supposed to do. Look, we shall discuss about unemployment. We have voluntary and involuntary unemployments. But people to say, I don't want to go for this job, there must be circumstances, or there must be hope. Uganda is governed by a vision, Uganda 40, to transform Uganda's economy from subsistence into a modern and prosperous society. Whereby modern agriculture, literacy levels, fighting poverty, and all related circuses, they are on the program. But when we meet and people whom we think they can help the society, because our development, that is infrastructure, it is both economical for the purposes of records.
But it's okay.
I'm Arinda Osbat, I'm an economist, a Ugandan and an African. So, Uganda and Africa at large, we have two main fundamental challenges. The challenge one is backwardness and underdevelopment. Here, the purpose is not the number, but the knowledge which you are sharing. But however, it will be an insist because of two fundamental challenges. But I think
you're winding up with those.
Yes, asante. Let us look at what's the government contribution. When we talk about skilling hubs, which is a presidential initiative, we talk about PIASE, we talk about this primary education, which is for free, which is rated for free, maybe it may not be free for free and primary education, universal. The knowledge we get, what is the best knowledge we give our children, our brothers and sisters? Is it for total transformation or ours to keep battling with the society? When we look at politics, it is an art and science for managing society. Ours is to say, please sit down, calm down, participate in politics, make sure you have the best leaders. Because Uganda, these all issues, this saga, it is mainly because of technical and political wing. The moment political wing approves the budget, but to have a technical wing that is not smart enough, or you have a society that is going to, sometimes in a few minutes ago I talked about ignorance in our society. You'll find somebody tell some don't take milk that is not boiled. Some will insist for the past year or 100 years my grandfather
that is
could
what
take.
I know. That's the culture we've had.
You tell somebody, please don't take water from the dam, take water that is boiled. Somebody will tell you, I preserve water for running water.
Okay.
It's upon us as this August House to come down to look at the government programs. If it is PDM, we can debate in a good manner because every program has weakness and strengths. Let us have a short analysis for our society. I request add me 2 minutes.
No, honorable member, I will not add you 2 minutes. I'm going to have a lady for gender balance issues.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity granted. My name is Dorothy Kabagenyi. I happen to be a former student at Kichwamba, UTC, Uganda Technical College, and I've just completed in May. So I'm doing my industrial training from Ministry of Works, UNRA. And here I am to talk about what the government can do better in skilling us. Firstly, they have recently changed the assessing board of these institutions from Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board to Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board, that is from UBTAB to UVTAB, and that has really affected our results. Currently, we do not have results of year 2, the whole year 2. We've completed it. We do not have any results of that year. So people are busy complaining, students are complaining, Honorable Speaker, where are the results? We started the second semester of year 2 without receiving the results of first semester year 2. So we started not knowing what are we pulling. Are we pulling CGPAs? Are we pulling ourselves to perform better? So has the government tasked through the Ministry of Education this assessing board to ensure that they do real assessment of our skills, because we do not know what we have done. We are just in darkness. Secondly, RCC, you've talked about PDM, Parish Development Model. This said, I'm talking on behalf of the youth. I think we all know that when they were giving out this money of Parish Development Model, Honorable Speaker, they were not giving to the people who are renting. I think we all know this. So they were not giving to these people who are renting. And mostly you find people who are renting are youths from the age of maybe 18 to 30. Some of those people, they are the ones who are renting, because it's difficult to find a man who is 50 renting. Those people are in their homes. So they were not giving money.
You assume?
Yes,
hey.
I assume.
Okay.
I do assume.
Okay.
So I'm sorry
I don't want to attack.
I'm sorry if I've offended anyone who is renting at 50 years.
Please continue.
So if you cannot give money to the people who are renting, if I have agreed with my landlord or my landlady that maybe you want to put a goat's pen here on your land, and that person has agreed with me, and you people, I would have been free to receive that money, and I put up my project on that land, though it's not mine.
Yeah.
So you want the youths to be, you want the youths to develop through the government programs, and this is one of them. I do not really know why people renting were not given the chance to receive this money. Thirdly, I talk on behalf of the students. Currently, there are those students who are in Form 6 vacation, and they have not yet joined university, and they hope to join university in early August. There is this student who has done PCM, maybe BCM science courses from a deep school in the village. And that person has performed very well, even better than someone who is in Nalia, someone who is in Gayaza, someone who is in Mengo. And this person has got very good points which can help him or her join university on government sponsorship. But still, someone who has 7 points has gone to university on government sponsorship. This person who has scored 15 points is in the village, right now stranded, not knowing she or he will join university. So can the government, through the Ministry of Education and Sports, task the universities to make sure when they are getting these students to be sponsored for by the government,
They award an excellency basis.
they award those who have really performed well and those who are really in need of that hope? Because you find someone who has gone to a good school, has scored very good points, that person was given transport, was given everything, basic needs were there. That person deserved scoring highly. But this person who was deep in the village struggled highly to pass, and this person still is not catered for by the government and still is not going to study because there is no tuition at home. The parents will sell the land and everything. Thank you.
Thank
Dear
you so
Honorable
much.
Speaker, I
Yes.
beg to submit.
Thank you so much, Honourable Member, for that submission. Information? I need a microphone. There is information here. Yes, please.
Yeah,
Madam.
thank you so much, Speaker. The government the issue of PDM. The government was considering you got Chairman Erusiwan, be a member of the committee. You could be a part, but it was not based on if you are renting or not. Second, on the issue of education, the government of Uganda and the Minister of Education and Sports, if you qualify for government sponsorship, you can go for it. There are even district quotas. All of them are provided by at the district under the Office of Education.
Yes.
Okay?
And the Honourable Member, respectfully, she did not say they are not there. She did not say, but she is clearly highlighting the importance of reaching out to this person who is mostly in need.
Yes.
Apart from there's academic excellence, but also reaching out to these people who have actually been in need, but they've also excelled.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Right Honourable Speaker.
So,
but the government, let me make the point very clear. From the Minister of Education at the district headquarters, all such provisions, district quarters or government payroll, they got to be sponsored by the government. They always reach at secondary schools. They always apply, and there is even a loan scheme.
I would like to interject, but where I'm seated, I would sound so. But if someone has
to
an
make it
interjection,
clear, the government doesn't consider people 70 points to go to market to be sponsored by the government, but it is all about how best are you, okay?
If we are to look at scholarships given to the poor, they don't access them because of the high levels of corruption. The poor will never access them. Even to talk about the state house scholarships, they are being sold. We don't know how many people access them. So if we are to fight that voice of corruption, corrupt leaders at the district, you should be able to display those who have performed well and where they are going. Instead, you come here, they toss you, do you have 500? Do you have $1 million? They give you a bursary scholarship. So if we don't fight that voice, and we are not here to police anybody, we are talking the truth. Because this younger woman or the other one is going through hardships, but there's nobody to guide her, nobody to help her. That voice of corruption has killed the education sector, even all sectors. For example, we are looking at unemployment, youth unemployment, and other ages. But Uganda sells between 140 to 200 Ugandans to modern slavery in Saudi Arabia. But when we are talking about production in agriculture, who is going to put up that production? The aging, like my friend, my fellow speaker, Mr. Kiberango, the ill, those who are infected or affected by HIV and AIDS, we should have a criteria, or we should set up laws that are going to help our own young, energetic ladies and gentlemen to attain employment at all levels, because we have decided to sell our own young men and women to Arab countries other than incorporating them in our own industries. Even we don't have infrastructure. I was arrested because of mobilizing leaders to erect the industrial park. Why? Because I'm an activist in a line with unemployment. It hurts waking early in the morning, finding energetic youth seated in trading centers, looking for what to do. And the leaders are there listening, they are very conversed with what is happening because they need votes. The moment he comes with 1,000, he compromises you, you take your work, he goes for that bigger post as you are suffering. So we should address such issues to address the issue of unemployment and other related services.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for that submission.
I wanted to tell this Honorable Member, the fellow of mine, I'm a victim. I started from Chebambe Girls, from senior 1 to senior 6. I scored my 16 points in PCM. I deserved and qualified for district quota. Why was I not given?
But it is not the local school, it is an urban center, right? So the issue was...
You have her. You have her with PCM and she has clearly highlighted, so we shall not engage. Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for that submission. It's very, very insightful. And also, it's very enlightening when you have someone give their lived experience and it's not far-fetched and it's right here at home. Thank you so much for watching NTV People's Parliament. For those in the August House, I'm honored to have you here and thank you for coming in person. We have been in Tooro sub-region discussing the state of unemployment and what can be done, what is the way forward. We shall be in the region still next week to understand what is actually bringing this into the region, but also to understand what can be done and what can be the way forward. Thank you so much for watching.